So in this video, I want to give you some insights into how to use embedded commands and suggestions in a way that actually makes them work. So we're going to take them off the page. Yeah, assuming you've studied your Ericksonian language patterns. How do you go from reciting the pattern? Okay, so here is a Milton model mind read. You know that by watching this video, you're going to learn how to use. How do you take it off of the page academically and make it so that you use them effectively? Yeah, using them effectively, right? So I want to cover 6 things that are subtle elements that will allow you to use your embedded commands in a way where you actually connect and people respond intensely to what you're saying. And first and foremost, and by the way, this assumes that you're familiar with Ericksonian language. So you've written out examples of Ericksonian language. You've practiced your Ericksonian language cards. However you practice, you got to make it so that those Ericksonian language patterns are natural for you. It's easy for you to say, I mean, it's so natural and easy for me. My language is inundated with them. I can't not do it, right? It's so natural, right, as a presupposition, and easy for you to do it, right? That you have to get those mastered. What is that one? Have to. What is that? That's a modal operator of necessity, right? It's not important that you know what these are called. It's important that you can speak that way. So you gotta practice. Write out language patterns. Get those solid Ericksonian card decks where you just practice speaking that way. But let's say you got a handle on the language. Now we have to talk about the subtle things. There are subtle nuances that make a difference. So, first things first. When you use embedded commands, it's important to mark them out in some way. Now, when I say mark them out, what I mean by that is you have to make them distinct in some way from the rest of your sentence. You know, if you're speaking and then you say, listen closely, what you're doing by changing your rhythm or changing your volume, right? So we could be talking and you want to mark something out. What you do is create a difference to the way that you're normally speaking and what you want the unconscious to hear. Now, some people will say that you should pause when you mark it out. Other people will tell you that it doesn't have to, some people will tell you to slow down, so I don't know if you can imagine using embedded commands more effectively. Now, you can do it that way, but the truth is that you can also have a normal speaking rhythm and use embedded commands more effectively by speaking faster. It's about creating difference. That if you're speaking in rhythm and then you want to mark it out faster, you can do that. It's totally fine. The importance is that you create a difference between your normal speaking to mark it out. Okay? So, rhythm. Let's talk about rhythm. Rhythm. Rhythm is in addition to a way to mark it out. Rapport, remember how rapport is rhythmic? That the breathing, the heartbeat, the matching and the mirroring, the blink rate, that when you're in rapport, you'll start to sync up rhythmically with people. Naturally, this will happen. And as practitioners, you are creating rapport intentionally, automatically, precisely, because none of this works without rapport. You can come in higher energy and just get people to respond. That does work. But as a general rule, you want to be more focused on getting rapport. So we want to sync up your command with the rhythms of the body. So if you notice that somebody's breathing, and then on the exhale, you want to time it so that you mark it out as in rhythm with their body. And that when they inhale, and then as they exhale, and you use your command, and you mark it out, right? So you want to sync up with the rhythm of that person. This will create a deep responsiveness between you and that other person. So powerful, so powerful. Command tone up? No. You're getting sleepy? You know? I want you to buy now? No. That when you use falling inflection, yeah, this communicates certainty. Richard Bandler used to say, when you use downward inflection, you're opening the command center of people's mind. So a command is allowing your voice to drop down as opposed to going flat across or having a lilted at the end of your face. You want to have precision with your tone. You just do. So that when you want somebody to doubt something, you can ask it in a questioning tone, right? You can't, it creates a question. When you say you can't, it creates certainty. So command tone down. So let's say that you are marketing it out and you are speaking to a rhythm and you're using falling inflection, that when you start to combine all of these things. Now, I am being very obvious about these things for a reason, but they can become more subtle as you start to use these techniques over time. And you'll notice that you become even more conversational about it. Okay? 4, go into state yourself. Your state matters. So the state that you're in, as you know, communicates. So if you want someone to be curious, go into state. If you want to induce happiness, go into state. If you want to share some confidence, feel confident. You need the precision of your own state control. It matters. It really does. Is there anything else I want to? On the thing of state, be in a state that's followable. You know, don't be that black hole that sucks energy out. Contribute something energetically to the conversation to make it permissible for people to go into the states that you want them to. Michael Brain talks about this, right? That if you want somebody to go into a state, you have to make it okay. It's not that, like, if you can do an elicitation with someone and do all the elicitation right, and they may not go into a strong state. And a lot of that is socially contextual, that we are social contextual creatures. What's appropriate for the context determines what kind of states we'll go into. So you use your communication to make it appropriate to go into profound states. And you do that by adding energy. You know, if you see me at coffee with somebody, I'm amping up energy, 5%, 5%, 5%. Not all the time, right? It's okay to go lower too. But what I'm giving people permission to do is to feel good more than they do normally by going into bigger, stronger, more inviting states. And there's a great book called Emotional Contagion on this. It's written for businesses, that the leader's emotions transfer into business. Yes, they do everywhere else too, though. And so if you go into state, you make it permissible for people to do that. What else am I wanting to tell you about this? Rapport we covered, state we covered. That's it. So practice marking it out. Practice speaking in rhythm with their body. Practice your command tone. Practice your state control, your rapport. All of it matters. And I'll see you in the next one.